don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll.
All right. Good morning, fam. Lemon, good morning, bro. I thought you looked different today, man. Trying to happy Wednesday. Caught me by surprise. I didn't, shit's moving so quick. Didn't realize it was Wednesday, but, you humped yesterday. Good shit, Lemon. Attaboy. All right, welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday. Guys, make sure you're subscribed here to Inside NFTs over on YouTube. Shit's cooking here, man. Appreciate all you guys tuning in, following along here over the past, I get to say year at this point. Past year. Thank you guys very, very much. All right, a lot of good news, a lot of bad news today. And NFTs are dead again. And really, they're actually dead this time. At least DraftKings NFTs are dead here. A breaking story yesterday. DraftKings seemingly out of nowhere shutting down their NFT platform. Their marketplace, it's gone. I'm talking about the Rainmakers collection. This is like fantasy sports over on Polygon, right? Through DraftKings. A single man took down their NFT platform, right? One person filed a lawsuit against them alleging that their NFTs are securities. This is a holder of just $14,000 worth of those NFTs. Again, took him to court a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago at this point. A judge allowed that lawsuit to proceed. DraftKings, instead of wanting to deal with it, said, we're out. We're done with NFTs. Again, shutting down their platform. And if you go there now, man, this is what you're greeted with, right? Not the typical packs for sale, upcoming drops. It's now a community update here announcing the shutdown of that platform. So, yes, NFTs dead. When you look at the market, you're going to see dead in more ways than just this one. But RIP to these guys. Also, to some degree, GG's, like for them taking a risk and actually putting something out there that actually did really well. And I think we'll see somebody else do and maybe have the balls to stick with it. I don't know. Kind of bummed to see that. Yesterday, by the way, wish I said it yesterday, but happy birthday to Ethereum. 9 years ago, yesterday was the Genesis block of Ethereum. So cool milestone here in 1 year, an even bigger milestone when we hit that big number 10. But happy birthday, ETH. Big story yesterday. This is maybe my favorite story of the day here. The California DMV launching its own blockchain over on Avalanche and putting car titles on change. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a continuation of their beta that actually took place on the Tezos blockchain a couple years back. I thought that kind of fizzled out and died, but no. Apparently that beta went well enough that they brought this forward into the future. This is more like production. It's actually happening. So now car titles over in California are on chain over on Avalanche. It's really great for this industry, by the way, guys. And it looks like there's more plans coming there, right? So it's titles on chain right now, but it looks like they're actually targeting driver licenses too, which is fantastic. Just an easy way to preserve things, cuts down the middleman. You guys have been to the DMV. It's a mess. It's a mess. Hours of waiting, weeks of transaction times in certain circumstances. This, in theory, is going to cut out a lot of that. And that's according to people who are working on this project. So a really, really big step here for blockchain, for crypto, for Web3. Great stuff to see this adoption continuing. Love this freaking story, guys. Now, we got more bad news today, and we're going to pepper that in throughout the show here. But Mt. Gox Bitcoin, been talking about it a lot, I mean, really, for weeks at this point. But after the euphoria from the Bitcoin conference last week, felt like people were forgetting that this Bitcoin was still going to hit the market. And it looks like sooner rather than later, that's happening. $3 billion worth of Bitcoin was moved yesterday into this morning. That has not hit the market yet. That's still going to get distributed. And then some of that makes its way to the market. So be on the lookout for that. A lot of Bitcoin still we got to work through. But after this Bitcoin's transferred out, guys, just about $3 billion left to go. So, yeah, it's a big number, but only a third of what they initially were holding on to and planned to distribute. So just be aware. There's more coming to market. Will we chew through it quick enough? I certainly hope so. Looking at the crypto market, and honestly, the Mt. Gox Bitcoin is kind of weighing things down right now. You see Bitcoin down to 66,000, ETH at 3,300, Solana at $181. Solana actually up in the past 24 hours, so a little sign of hope right there. But all in all, basically flat, down a little bit. ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs actually in the negative yesterday, 18 million in outflows. ETH ETFs, the opposite. We actually saw inflows yesterday, 33 million there in the positive on the ETH ETFs. And some really cool stats here from Nate Garachi. In 1 week of trading, the iShares Ethereum ETF already in the top 15 inflows for all ETFs launched just this year. So that's a really, really awesome stat there. The top 4 ETFs for inflows this year, all Bitcoin ETFs. So a really, really it's some great insight into how those ETFs are performing, outperforming their traditional FI, right? It's people like crypto. What more can you say? Now, here's an even more exciting number to me. Out of nearly 2,000 ETFs launched in the past 5 years, 2 Bitcoin ETFs are in the top 10 of inflows. This is massive, guys. A sign of what's to come. Couldn't be more excited to see this. By the way, this kind of caught me here. I was trying to think through it live here. iShares Ethereum ETF. I didn't see it here. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think we need to get another resource or an additional resource. I don't think the iShare ETFs are measured here, so I got to do a little digging there. The numbers weren't adding up, and it's because it's not here. So keep our eye out for another resource there. But TLDR there, ETF performing phenomenally across these crypto assets. Onto the NFT market, not looking great. Volume really, really low out there. 12.9 million in cross-chain sales yesterday. Unique sellers down, unique buyers up slightly, transactions down too. Look at that. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And trade profits, 1.3 million in the negative. Awful. It's just awful right now. It just feels very, very dead out there. Now today, already 13.5 million in volume, already exceeding yesterday. Now we're going to look at who's moving this market, and you're going to kind of see why that number's there. And I'm not sure how legit this is, but you see your top collection, RSW Exit. This is a collection from Pendle Finance. This is not your traditional NFT. These are more like liquidity positions. I don't know if these technically should count as sales, so we're going to have to visit that, do a little digging. That may get removed, and that's going to zap almost half of the volume today. So take this number here with that extra context. It's probably quite a bit lower than that. You also see a whole bunch of these Chip Q NFTs over on Polygon. Now, these are legit NFTs. It's also probably another... maybe a DeFi type protocol. Maybe those are worth looking into again, but these have been there before. We have looked into it. Again, might be worth revisiting to refresh on what those are, but those should be legit. Maybe we combine them into a collection here, but dominating the top 10 here across their multiple tiered collections. Your top PFP collection, it's not Dogezuki. That's a combination of PFPs. It's SMB. And guys, only 450,000 in volume, which that's not nothing, but in the space we're used to seeing, God, your top collection's doing 1 million, 3 million, 5. Hey, in the bull market, 10 million plus was not unusual. So really, really low volume. And then your more familiar NFT collections out there, they're well under that 10 number, that 10 rank, right? Pudgy Penguin's down at 14. Fragana's at 19. Milady down at 20. So you can see, again, really, really low volume across NFTs here. And your top NFT sale in the past 24 hours, it's Punk number 5050. Selling for 39 ETH, guys, $127,000. I think, again, there's a lot to double check here this morning. That Fragana's NFT, 73,000. It would have got flagged as a wash sale if it was a wash sale, but something about that's not feeling totally legit. Bitcoin Shroom up there, some apes and OMB. Again, a decent mix, nothing really popping out as awesome. Not like this. This is awesome to me, guys. The Doodles announced Doodles TV last week, announced Doodles Records earlier this week, and now officially launching their Doodles TV Super Pass. It's $6. This is over on the base blockchain right now, over 13,000 minted. I'm absolutely minting one of these for $6. Why not? Now, that low price means keep those expectations low. As cool as this is, and to me, this does show the future of NFTs, right? Very, very low cost, tons of transactions, a lot of people holding them. Well, those holders here are going to get early listening and viewing access to 3 music videos. I'm assuming Coi Leray, maybe Lil Wayne, Lil Yachty, all people involved in this ecosystem now. You also get the digital premiere of Dullsville and the Doodleverse. I think that's coming in September, guys. I know that's when it premieres out in Toronto. And then some NFTs, of course, 4 pieces of exclusive on-chain album artwork, varying rarity. So yes, that screams NFT to me. So some collectability, maybe some value there if you happen to hit a rare one. Keeping our eyes on this, especially that number minted. If this can get to, let's say 100,000 minted and with the people involved here, I really hope it does. But a really interesting way to show that you can raise money, maybe regardless of what the market's like. Love to see these guys pull in, 500,000, $1 million plus. And again, show people what the future of NFTs looks like. It looks a lot like this. So great move on their part. Love seeing what they're building out there. Doodle's showing us the future NFTs too here. I absolutely love it. Now, Nike's Artifact had a big update yesterday. This is something that holders of their NFTs have been waiting almost 2 years for, and this is the Project Animus egg reveal. So, the Animus eggs cracked open yesterday. Play this trailer real quick. Reception is probably what you expect. The space isn't what it was years ago. People don't really care so much anymore. So if you're a holder, you didn't sell right, you were probably looking forward to this, and regardless, you're just happy that there's some life here. Value, not sure it's really there, and there's actually a lot of confusion. Like, I got this thing, it revealed, what am I doing with it? Where can I see more details? Looks like even the reveal of these things, the assets themselves, maybe even off-chain. So a lot of people confused, very lukewarm reception. But again, this would have killed 2 years ago, in the 2022 NFT market. This would have been massive news. We would have seen a ton of trading volume. Today, doesn't move the needle. It's literally, you look for a second, you're moving on to the next thing. This is not what the space really cares about right now. Still, like seeing projects here and building and active. Will this be an interoperable asset in all kinds of games out there? Probably. Hope so. I like seeing people not leaving the space and still pushing. We'll see what these guys got next. But eggs revealed. If you got one, go check it out. All right. Again, bouncing around here, and we'll kind of blast through the rest of the... I didn't even mean to say that, but we're gonna blitz through the rest of our stories here, starting with Blast, actually. Guys, Cyrus pointing out here, this was just a couple days ago, someone who held a lot, 2% of the supply of Blast here, dumping, just liquidating all his bags, just dumping everything. Right now, a $3 million loss in the course of a month. Now, he says, you probably don't need me to tell you who this is. I wonder if you guys know who that is? You guys know? It might be obvious. All right, it's our boy CB. CB, the biggest blur farmer from the past couple of years here, who is very unhappy with everything happening in Blast, made it clear he was done with Blur, done with Blast, and yes, this is him liquidating his assets, pulling everything out, and being frustrated even with that process here. A lot of waiting to bridge your funds out. But that is CB getting out of that ecosystem, dumping all his Blast at a loss, it seems. Yikes. If you're an Olympics fan, hey, this is actually an interesting story. The Olympics typically partners with Mario and Sonic. They put out a Mario and Sonic Olympics game. It's I don't know if it's not a yearly title, but every few years, every 2 to 4 years it comes out. Not this time. Instead, the Olympics is partnered with Nway, and if that sounds familiar, guys, that's the project, that's the company behind Rec League. You guys remember that? Animoca-backed Nway is. So they have now put out this Olympics game. I don't know. Looks like an Olympics mobile game, so exactly what you'd think that would be is exactly what this is. To some degree, whatevs, but there are NFTs involved, so you can actually go on the site, claim some NFT digital pins. These are on base. Okay, I thought they were Polygon. They're actually on base, and you can trade these over on Magic Eden. So I don't know, if you want a little memento from the Olympics here, grab an NFT. Guys, Hamster Combat, and let's just say the entire Telegram ecosystem, it is cooking. It's definitely somewhere to be focusing on. But specifically right now, guys, Hamster Combat is bringing one of the biggest airdrops we have ever seen in crypto. And I mean it. It's a massive airdrop. This game has over 300 million users. Now, what percentage of that is bots? I would bet a lot. I would bet a lot of bots over in that ecosystem. But still, these quick-to-play, kind of tapping games, that's what a lot of the future of Web3 gaming is going to look like. And you see it a bit here. Big takeaway here is 60% of their tokens going to those players. But again, 60% of the token allocation going to 300 million wallets. Don't know that you're going to make anything worth, anything noteworthy, nothing that's going to retire you. But still, a massive airdrop is coming. Let's see what that looks like once that's live, what kind of market cap we reach with something that large. So keep your eyes, guys, on Hamster Combat. Quick update on a story earlier this week, Compound Finance. All right, we had a user, what's his name, Humpty? I think it's Humpy or Humpty. Over the course of, let's say, the past few months, maybe the past year or so, had accumulated enough of their currency to have enough voting power to vote to give himself $25 million worth of their comp token. It's absolutely wild. So write this in the Compound Finance ecosystem via their DAO. Now, they've reached an agreement. And Compound Finance kind of at this guy's mercy. Otherwise, they're out $25 million. He is now canceling his proposal. He's not taking that $25 million. Instead, forced Compound Finance to share their fees with comp holders. right? So sometimes these things may look awful on the surface. Maybe there's a good motive behind it. It's a way to force, maybe force things that needed to happen before. And man, this gives you some insane leverage. So interesting story here. I don't know if the outcome is good, bad, whatever, but it is interesting to show the power of DAOs. So and the power really of putting stuff in the hands of the community. We got to find the right balance for that still, but really interesting story. I'm sure people are going to study this and try to make their DAOs. What do you call it? Like, it's not hack proof. It's, make it more resistant to attacks like this, because these happen from time to time. And especially this guy in particular, Humpty, has a knack for doing exactly that. All right. And our final update here, guys. And it's a small update from Far. Remember, he's got a collaboration coming with Harto. This is over on the Bitcoin blockchain, a really cool art project. It sounds like, guys, it's not going to be 2 of his buzz ordinals that you're going to need to pair with Floriforms. You might need a lot more. You might need like 10. What there is something called Queen Bees, and you're going to redeem some of those buzz for Queen Bees. Again, we don't know the exact number of buzz you swap for Queens, but it's probably going to be a lot. I went and bought 8 this morning because I had to. So I've got 10 of these NFTs, of these ordinals, that I'm hoping gets me 2 Queen Bees, that I'm hoping then gets me into whatever this art project is. It's going to be a small collection, but a couple big names like that, I don't want to miss it. So there's your update this morning, guys. I do want to mention, I'm going to go back to numbers. Slow time of the year. I mentioned this yesterday, right? Volume low right now. Be prepared for a kind of maybe another crypto winter, or I should say an NFT winter, an NFT bear. I mean, it's not been super exciting for most of this year, but I'm just feeling it, guys. Sometimes it's just kind of gut intuition, all that. It's slow right now. The second half of the year is the slowest time of the year historically, the past 3 years for NFTs. Just prepare yourselves for that. It might get very slow. We might see floor prices tumbling more than they are right now, and they're tumbling. So be prepared for that, guys. All right, let's get through some comments, get you guys on your way. Katz, you made it this morning. I missed you earlier. Sorry. Good morning, sir. Gravity, good morning. Good to see you. Mike, hello, sir. You're still, I actually believe you, Gravity. Andrew, good morning, sir. Oceans GM. Captain Kongs, good to see you, bro. Dave, good morning, sir. Yeah, not coming tomorrow. Yep, big mint tomorrow. It's 0.0014 Bitcoin. If I had a whitelist, I would mint it, but I don't know what to think. The market's not great right now. I wouldn't expect a ton on secondary. With that said, with it priced so cheap, it might do okay. So keep your eyes on that. Yeah, power and vulnerability of DAOs. It's tricky. With our Slam Net and Slam DAO coming up, this is something we're definitely addressing. I mean, it is important. Those DAOs got to get reshaped a little bit. And China DAOs are learning and growing every day. Yes, there's something to it, man. We've not perfected it yet, but the idea of making something a little more community-oriented or community-driven and run, there's something to it. It will work, and there's going to be a perfect way of setting these up in the future. Maybe we cracked it. We'll see. All right, guys, I'll see you on Chain Reactor here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time over on Slam X Official. And make sure to follow me over on X, Huda_idiot. Guys, have a great morning. See you in a bit. See ya.